11. This segment will be reviewing the major events of the years 1858 to 1860. First is the fatal event of John Brown in the Harper's Ferry raid. John Brown was born in Connecticut in 1800 and an avid abolitionist. Previously, on May 24, 1856, he murdered 5 men who supported slavery. He then escaped and set out to build a colony for runaway slaves. But in order to accomplish this, he needed weapons to do the job. In 1859, John Brown moved to Maryland. He trained an army of 22 men to try to capture the arsenal at Harper's Ferry. Using the alias Isaac Smith, he then began his attack, and he hoped that other slaves would join his invasion. However, this was not the case. He was later tried and convicted of treason against the Commonwealth of Virginia. We have our reporter Jen at the scene with an exclusive interview with Brown because apparently we're the only news network in 1860.
We are here with John Brown at his hanging in Charlestown. Now we will have an exclusive interview with him because we seem to be the only news team present. Mr. Brown, what compelled you to start this attack?
Well, I've always fought for the rights of slaves. I wanted to take a stand and establish a colony for the runaway slaves. They deserved a safe haven, and I believed that it was my job to provide it.
That's very interesting. Why did you take that route, having a violent raid instead of a peaceful revolt?
I am very passionate about my cause and felt that there was no other way to deliver my point.
Well, was it all worth it now that you're going to die?
As long as it makes a difference in history, I will die accomplished.
Well, rest in peace. Back to you in the studio, Mon.
Thank you, Jen, for reminding us that sometimes a good cause can turn fatal. We'll be right back after this message.
This is Billy Mays here. Do you sweat in your clothes in the fields all day? Well, at Smith Appliance Depot, we have a solution for you. The rotary washing machine has just been patented and is available at markets across the nation. With a rotary washer, you can quickly and easily remove dirt and grime. Yeah!
Welcome back to A&N News at 11. Now, we divert our attention to the historic election that was last held. The nation had been divided throughout the 1850s about the idea of slavery and the rights of slave owners. These regional interests caused the split of the Democratic Party into northern and southern factions. Also, a new constitutional Union Party appeared. The Republican Party had enough electoral votes to put Abraham Lincoln into office, although there was very little support from the South. As a result, many southern states seceded from the Union. Now we're connected with Cassie Jacob, a renowned political analyzer from Massachusetts, via Skype regarding the election. Cassie, do you believe that Abraham Lincoln was a good candidate for this election?
Yes, I support his beliefs and values as a hard-working frontiersman. He is an opponent of slavery and will do what is necessary for the good of our country.
Yes. And how do you feel about the southern states seceding from the Union?
Well, I feel that we need to stick together as a union. As I mentioned in my book, The Impending Crisis, secession is not the answer. Although the nation is split on the issue of slavery, we must acknowledge that is wrong and reunite. If that means war, then so be it. I believe that Abraham Lincoln will lead us to the right direction.
And what do you feel is the right direction?
I believe the reformation of the Union is the only way to survive this crisis. Division will only make us weaker.
Thank you, Miss Jacob. And now we're joined with Jen Bases with an exclusive interview with Abraham Lincoln.
Hi, we're here with Abraham Lincoln. Mr. Lincoln, how does it feel to have become the 16th President of the United States of America and to have won the very, very close 1860 election?
Well, it feels great, Jen. As the 16th President of the United States, I have many plans in store.
Very good. Now, can you tell us some of your plans?
Well, first, I want to completely abolish slavery. And I also want the country to be together as one.
Very nice. So you want to unify the country and abolish slavery. Now, what if the southern states don't want to unify and they want to go to war?
Well, that's worst case scenario. I wouldn't like there to be a war, but if worst comes to worst, we'll have to go to it. Slavery is just wrong and cannot be tolerated any longer.
Very good. And Since you represent the hardworking frontiermen, do you think that every person in the whole country will benefit from your presidency?
Well, I have to be modest here. I could just hope for the best. I can't really say that, but I really do hope for the best.
Well, Mr. Lincoln, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and I wish you luck in your presidency.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mon.
Yes, thank you. The years 1858 to 1860 were filled with many issues for the country. As shown in the past, we prevail following constitutional values that we were built on. One can only hope that once again we will rise as a world power in unity. Thanks again for joining us here on ANN News.